Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Chidatmananji's inspiring book Learn to Live, Volume 2, Chapter 5, Transformation Through Prayer. By God's grace, impossible becomes possible. Sri Ramakrishna would often say, by God's grace, impossible becomes possible. We find here in this episode the fascinating story of a blind man who got back his vision. The title of the episode is Got His Vision Back. Chittaranjan Mohanty lived in Balichak village of Medinipur district, West Bengal. He held a BA honours degree and worked as a teacher in Basudevpur. In 1968, he contracted typhoid and became blind. Subsequently, he had to give up his job. He had to sell his meager property to pay for his medical expenses. Left with no other alternative, he left his native village for the distant Balasore district of Orissa to make a living by begging. In the month of Shravana of 1969, he offered prayers for 6 days in the Chandaneshwara temple. On the last night, Lord Shiva appeared in his dream and said, "In your previous birth, you were the only son of your parents. One day, when your mother was preparing for the Hara Gauri worship, you happened to trample on the offering in a careless moment. Your mother, in anger, uttered a curse. Despite the bright light, you could not see the offerings. May you be blind. The parents of your previous birth are now in Bampada of Balasore district. They are now known by the name of Gananatha, Behara and Lakshmi Devi. On the auspicious day of Shivaratri, take bath in the tank of Jarishwara temple near Bampada and with its water perform Hara Gauri worship, that is Shiva Parvati worship, in the house of Gananatha Behara. Let both of them touch you. You shall regain your sight." Chittaranjan took the help of others to act according to the words of Lord Shiva. Hence, many people came to know about the event. On Shivaratri, he took bath in the temple tank, performed worship with total devotion. To see him worship, thousands of people had gathered. As they were all watching, the Behara couple touched Chittaranjan and blessed him. At once he regained his vision. Swami Chidatmananji asked this question: who can fathom the grace of God? Overwhelmed with devotion, the people there celebrated a 2-day-long Hara Gauri festival, Shiva Parvati festival. They also made up their minds to build a Hara Gauri temple there. Gananatha Behara and his wife went to Chandaneshwara temple and offered special prayers. Gananatha Behara was an employee in the PWD, Public Works Department of Odisha government. Through him, this miraculous restoration of vision was reported in the Oriya weekly Rashtradeepa on 21st of April 1970. The report also saw light in the English newspaper The Truth. This incident has been taken from Kota Vasudev Karan's Kannada work Devarannu Nambuva, meaning let us believe in God, let us have faith in God. There are many such incidents in this book. According to our scriptures, we should not hurt or curse anyone through our words and acts. The tragedy that followed the mother's curse is a lesson for everyone. Because Chittaranjan had faith in God, he could regain his sight through the grace of God. His devotion brought him back his sight along with divine grace. Once I narrated this incident, Swami Jagadatmananji tells, once I narrated this incident in the course of a lecture. A Harijan member of the audience who occupied a good government post met me after the session and shared with me a similar experience. A member of the audience who occupied a good government post met me after the session and shared with me a similar experience. He had lost his vision and doctors had given him up for blind. But the man, even in this hopeless situation, prayed to God incessantly for 2 years and he was miraculously cured of his blindness. His devoted prayers and patience were highly inspiring. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.